Welcome to Style Class. Today we're talking about the closet toolkit.
You sound so formal.
Oh my God, you're right.
So formal.
Hey, it's Style Class.
Style class today. Okay, it's gonna be good. We've got Sloan over here to our left, and then Katura and I. Two big things that we're gonna cover today. One is how to break down a trend into the adjectives that it represents, and when it becomes adjectives, and you can think about the clothing in your item in your closet, the tools that are there to help you like bring those adjectives to life. It makes everything a little bit more simpler because you're really thinking about how you feel,
Right.
how you want to be.
Not how someone else feels and how they're telling you to feel and be. And that's, we know, happens time and time again. You don't have the
Not trying to
magazine.
mimic an outfit.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all about like certain girl aesthetics right now. That's not what we're doing.
No.
What do you have? How can we use it?
Exactly. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to be linking things back to the color wheel. I've been a little bit inundated in the last couple weeks with DMs from people, kind of new people to creative pragmatism, and they've been asking a lot more detailed questions about the color wheel, specifically how to identify metallics, how to read denim in the color wheel.
Yes.
And then there's always a big debate about whether or not something is a ring 3 or not. Why don't we talk color wheel first, since I happen to have on like
Color.
the epitome of ring 3.
Yeah, let's do it.
So what I want to show you guys here is in the Substack that we posted last night. If you guys don't follow us on Substack, please do. The first 3 months of articles are free on the site, and it's a great place to kind of just swim in all the information and different personalities that we have here. But I just did a post stack yesterday on the color wheel and how to, the color wheel has 4 rings, right? You've got black in the center, you've got classics here, you've got these kind of ish colors, the ones that can't really be defined other than to say grayish, purple-ish, yellowish. And then you've got this outside ring that are the saturated colors, and those are your true lavenders, your hot pinks, etc.
Yep.
And so that's ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, ring 4. And we know that the closer the rings are together when you wear them, the more calming it is. And the further you jump apart, the more, I won't say jarring, but
The high contrast is like stronger,
Yeah.
a stronger feeling, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of you guys, you're holding up like a color like this and you're saying, I can't tell if this is a ring 3 or not, or maybe it's something that's less obvious. Maybe, actually this is an old bag of ours that we did with Miriam, and maybe this color here is
Is it just tan?
yeah.
Is it
or
just brown?
is it taupe-ish,
Yeah.
brownish, etc. So here's your cheat on the color wheel. Think of the color wheel as vibes that it is emitting. Think of it as what it is making you feel and what it is doing to an outfit.
Like a mood ring.
Exactly. Yeah, so like for ring 1,
So ring 1 totally for me is more of like strength, boldness, sharpness. So I'm wearing denim, the denim shirt, but
Yeah.
right now I'm just gonna grab the black because this isn't how I
Yeah.
normally style it, but this is gonna look like a really
Sharp.
strength, yeah,
It's-
super sharp.
yeah, it
High
added,
contrast.
exactly, it added like a level of, I put defiance.
I was gonna say
there.
I like that feeling because it's like what?
Tough. It's a bit of a tough,
Yeah, how can you make black and white look so tough?
yeah,
Even with the skirt, it feels strong.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, some people wrote to me and they were asking like about black denim. And like, Matt, will you pop out here for a second?
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, we have the new.
Well, see, Matt is wearing a black that is grayed out, right? Like this is an off black.
Yeah,
Off black,
yeah, you can see that contrast here.
right? And so if you put on this off black with what you're wearing, Katura,
Yeah.
it wouldn't give the punch.
No, this is great.
But it wouldn't give the punch, right?
It'd be soft. It feel
It's
like
calming.
softer.
It would actually calm it down and
Mhm.
everything. But if Matt put on the sharp black blazer with the soft black off black, it's actually sharpening the whole thing, right?
Someone could say, "Why is this all ring 1?" Like he's wearing, but he has on gray here, black, and then a soft black.
And then this off black. So off black is definitely working to calm and to soothe.
Can I see that?
Yeah. Oh,
this
yeah.
This is a good one. So this is the. How do you pronounce it?
I have no idea.
I was saying it jokingly, but Mew?
Please, Sandra, in our warehouse. How do you pronounce that?
Denise?
Sandra.
Denise?
Sandra.
Sandra.
She's like, it's very Korean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deneen? Dunny?
I said Denise,
I said-
bitch.
God, yeah.
Okay, but this is an off black here.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's playing with the gray and it's calming down. This is reading very classic, and the off black is calming it down. And then this, if I were to put this with it, is going to sharpen it all up.
Yeah.
So you can say that ring one, which is the black here,
Mm-hmm.
that ring one is definitely adding sharpness. Now ring two, those are your classic colors, and ring two, you've got all of these like kind of classic neutrals here. And what the classics are doing is every time it's adding refinement, polish, luxury, it's making something feel a little impeccable, and it's giving a crispness to things,
Yeah.
right?
I love that we have customers that have asked where does denim fall, because denim has so many washes.
Yeah.
And so if you have an indigo denim or you have a classic wash denim like this top, this is still gonna fall there because it's gonna give you that crisp refreshness.
And it's, yeah, and it, it's hard to describe it as any other way than like it feels classic.
Yeah.
Even though that's not really an adjective, but.
No, but when you say luxury, it's something special. It feels like it's higher quality.
Yeah.
You know, you almost can see it for what it is. You
Yeah.
can see every little detail that's woven into this like gray, the highs and lows, the melange. Even you here with this on.
Yeah, this true heather gray is really adding like a level of crispness and everything to what you are
Yeah.
wearing, right? Like it's adding dimension and it's adding crispness. Now, one of the things too is, if you'll remember with the principles, is not everything is in isolation. So you don't just look at the coloring in isolation, because here you've got the texture of like this viscose gingham, which is very soft and textural. Then you've got on the sporty nylon feeling in the skirt.
Yep.
And then you've got on the heavy cashmere here. And then you've got on the
Borg
ballerina Borg sock boots.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of different textures at play. And then you've got a lot of different proportions at play for sure.
Yeah.
Now, ring three, what ring three is giving is it's relaxation, it's ease, it's calmness, it gives serenity, and it gives softness, right? So this is really just softening up the whole
Right,
look,
right.
absolutely.
So it's like in contrast to when I had the black, I was
Yeah.
holding on to it. This is a high contrast, but this is easy.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, like it just softened everything up. And because it softened it up, you don't have to debate whether or not it's a ring three or a ring four. Because you can see, like here is a ring four. If you were to have tied this around your waist, then what ring fours do is they give energy, they give excitement, they give a little bit of chaos, rigor, punch. That is giving punch to this. So see, this is softening. And this is giving it like punch and vigor.
Yeah.
So ring four, ring three, ring two.
And it's interesting to watch how, like, we've now jumped rings, right? I've jumped from 4 to 2 with with white. But if I were to jump from, here. So tell
Yeah,
me
you can
what
see.
this green is doing for the color that you have on.
Yeah, so the gray is a soft classic, right? And I think too, this is where like grays for you, you can, they're either gonna crisp things up and add classic the way a ring two does, or you can use it to soften things the way a ring three does. Sometimes if they have those purple undertones and all that, it will do that. But there's very cold grays that are gonna absolutely stay crisp and clear.
Is the cold gray a little bit more blue?
It's a little bit more blue.
What about the suiting that we had that was on sale, the fluid suiting? Would you think that's a cold gray? Warmer?
No, it was a warm gray, very warm gray. So warm that to me it was calming things down very much, so it fell into ring three to me. It always
Yes.
calmed down my look.
Yep.
So here I am wearing the gray with the green though, and you can see that this is you know, it feels far less contrast than when you've got it here with the white. But if I was feeling too one-dimensional here, if I was feeling too clean and clear, I could either put the green on as a scarf. Another option when you are looking to manipulate the vibe, right, is just simply trading out the shoe.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wearing the shoe here that's got the clear back on it. And
you're wearing
it's
the
just
bark.
dress. But if I were to change this into like the white pump here, you can see that that's like giving like that good crispness to it that good neutral does here.
Yeah, I took a minute to like take it in because it was surprising. Like I wouldn't, it's unexpected, but also the way it kind of just created movement on the body because I was looking from like, okay, you're here, and now it's taking me down to the full look.
Well, I'm also wearing, this is a subtle thing here that might be hard to tell, but I'm wearing a charcoal gray sock.
Right,
and
not just a black sock.
Not a black sock, not a ring one sock. So I think the charcoal gray is creating also a nice like fluid movement here. But so when we talk about trends though, and how to like work things in with ease, you know, one thing is that personally, well, I go through this all the time. When we're getting ready to introduce a new season, every time I get dressed in the closet, it's taking so much longer. You know, like Frank was just freaking like all up about me yesterday. Like, get out of the closet, like get dressed, come on, come on. And it's because I'm putting on different things and I'm really trying to figure out like, when am I tired of something? When am I wanting to try something new? And then importantly, what is it that I'm wanting to try out? And I was thinking how, you know, I'm going to say back in the day, because I'm going to talk like pre-CP days, right?
Okay.
Not like,
That's honest.
because right now what else is going on in the world is going on in the world. But I think the way that we've really changed and we've really thought about trends and who we are is, I think that so much of our clothing is designed around identifying like what are these first principles of how we dress and what we have on. And when you really know exactly who you are and what your core style is, what it does is it allows you to explore but always be able to come back home. You know, you can lean this way, but then you always know how to pull it back.
Right.
You can lean this way and you can pull it back. And like if I look at old photos going way back, you know, I can see like there was a very clear time in the 80s where it was either you were dressed like the Preppy Handbook or you were dressed like Madonna and you had gloves and you had like cut the tips all off, gone all like Billy Idol, or you had like a mullet and Metallica and you were wearing like checkered Vans, or you had those very extreme shoulders and you were like big boss lady in like a red, you know, power suit.
Yep.
Right? That was the 80s.
Yeah.
And so what happened is back then, if you dabbled in each one of those, well, now all of a sudden you're
like
wearing
chaos.
Yeah, you're wearing a red power suit with a mullet and fingerless gloves and a pair of like penny loafers. Like that's fucking insane, right? It doesn't merge together. So exploring different trends and everything isn't about piling them all on together. It's about exploring them individually and then working them into who you are.
And so people that are trend averse and they're like, I don't want to follow these trends. I don't want to be told what to do. It's really good for them to really use those trends as adjectives in their closet, right? So you're using your closet as a toolkit and a toolbox, but you're also assessing like, what do I have? What do I not have? What do I need? What do I not need? Like this top, for instance, I'm missing slim tops in my closet. And so do I need a black one? Do I need a gray one? I might need multiple because I need slim tools in my closet.
Yeah. But it also, like, I think trend averse though, I really don't think anyone is truly trend averse unless you are lacking a pulse.
Because so we try to be. Maybe because it's like, I don't want to be a follower, but we follow some. We're inspired by.
Yeah, but I also think too that trends get a very bad rap. You know, if I pull up a magazine and they're like,
Leopard.
10 things you need to do today, I'm like, yeah, why do I need that leopard coat? Why do I need that bustier, whatever it is, right?
Right.
And the thing is when you said earlier that it's about peeling it back to your adjectives, you don't view these things as trends. A leopard coat, for example, it's not that you need to follow the leopard coat trend, but it's maybe recognizing that
It's a feeling.
people are wanting to like lean back into like hardcore classics, but do it with a twist. And why are they in the mood to do that right now? Are you really like craving some stability of what a classic offers?
Right.
But you still like are wanting to move forward? Like, so if you bring it to that, like, you know what, I do crave something classic, but I want to be pushed. So interpret that. It doesn't have to be done through the lens of a leopard coat.
We're both standing here in pleated skirts in a time where everybody's saying like collegiate looks are in, preppy looks are in, tennis core was like last year when we had the movie with Zendaya.
Yeah.
You lean a little bit more feminine and ironic. I feel that I lean a little bit more feminine, but also like chill, I guess, relaxed.
So why are we both into?
So why are we both into this, right? We're not into it because we read it in a magazine. We're into it because we're craving something. So personally, what is it that I'm craving? Like, I like a playfulness. I feel sometimes, it's not retro, but there's something graceful that's nostalgic to like how I was raised and the women that I admire to be like, that I like carry with me. But what is that feeling that I'm trying to use my tools in my closet for?
Well, I think too, when you think about how, like what the pleating does, it does add like a big layer of femininity to something. And this also comes like if you came out of COVID and you're really feeling for like a lot of sportswear, and you know, denim, whatever, well, maybe things got a little masculine in your closet and you really crave to pull it back a little bit.
Right.
So it makes sense that you're gonna want something that like when you stand around, you can do this,
right.
You know, and I think it's good too. Like, I mean, I always love having options because this one is the one that converts.
Oh yeah, these carabiners are great. So you're getting this 2-for-1 skirt. It's actually more than two. So you're getting basically the trouser skirt and the grande poudre, and we carried this fabric before, but
yeah, this really like leans into the trouser, like a pure trouser skirt. So now, like, there is a whole pencil skirt trend happening out there, says Vogue. But you know, it lets you like lean into that, but no matter what, like I'm still feeling like myself, and I've always got my real fundamental piece. But let's bring out.
I'm gonna jump off.
Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna jump off for a second.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was thinking about. Look at me! I just literally made a circle. Oh, I'm back. Pencil skirts. People, if you want a pencil skirt, you probably, or if you're avoiding it, you have to think about like, do I want something sleek? Do I want something polished? What is it that I want? Looking at my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Sloan here. And Sloan, when we were talking earlier, you were craving to have something that was like this elegant moment, right? Like everyone knows Zendaya. Zendaya, am I?
Yes, Zendaya.
Sandra.
Sandra.
But Zendaya, like, I mean, the Golden Globes, right? Like, just so utterly chic in that Dior, and there was a lot of that vibe happening where it was like that true, like, old Hollywood elegance, right? So I think that, you know, you're not going to go start like curling your hair in a certain way, and I don't think you're going to stand around the office in that like Dior pose. Yeah. But you want to be able to bring a little bit of that into your life. For you, you're probably wanting to make sure too, like any investments go.
Exactly. I mean, I'm 23, so my investments need to be versatile and last me, like quality-wise, last me a long time. Because if I'm investing, it's not frequent.
Right. So if you're gonna go with this whole circle skirt, like old Hollywood vibe, doing it in like the sporty nylon is like the place where it's going to be you no matter what.
And then it gives that, like as we talked about, it's that versatility that you can wear this with a tank top and that's your swimsuit cover up. And then I can wear it with a skirt like this to work with. I'm wearing the little Albert heels, and you know I can wear it with a boot. I can wear it with a sandal.
Yeah, like I think it is knowing that you can invest here and you can do this whole 50s vibe, You can wear just a bodysuit and a sandal in the summertime. And what's great too is like, you know, we know that there's a whole black leather vibe happening out there, a whole motorcycle jacket vibe. This is one from, I don't know, 6-year-old Tibby. It's actually Tracy. She's probably looking at it right now going, oh my God, I knew you had my jacket. I do, Tracy. She put a safety pin in it to prove that it was hers. Anyways, but then this is like a way to toughen things up.
Yeah.
But not feel like you're about to jump on the back of a bike or something.
No, I don't feel like I'm gonna go
Right.
join a motorcycle gang. But this does, I feel like, even just having this jacket on like changes the whole conversation
Yeah.
of that like classic circle skirt
Yeah.
elegance. Like it's a little rougher like around the edges, but I don't feel like it's unapproachable.
And this really is ways of like making things your own. So like I don't feel like you have been stalking Zendaya. I don't feel like you've got like pictures of her on your wall
No.
being like, I'm going to copy this.
No.
You're just creating like the idea of what she gave there, and then you're bringing it out in your own way. And so here I'm gonna show you two, like, what's great is you do need to be able to wear this in a lot of different ways. So if you just throw on the boots here. And these, by the way, these are like the pumps that have that little S heel. And this is like a maybe 2.5 inch. It's a very walkable pump, but in terms of like things feeling more classic, I've said this for a while. I've been craving
Oh, so
a
good.
heel for a while. I am not going, like, this is not a Jimmy Choo like Louboutin moment, but this heel height, like
It's
something feels
manageable.
very right about it right now. Although I've said that for a while, you know, like I'm not afraid of a heel. Okay, so this works totally with the boot. You know that if we wanted to like calm it down, we're gonna give it this here. And you can see that when you put the ring 3 color here with it, it just softens up what's happening with the black leather and then the brown distressed boot. Katura's loving it so much she's taking a photo.
I was like, I gotta remember this.
Paparazzi snap. So that looks great, but then take that off and then we'll just put this on over the shoulders. But
I really like this brown with the black and the white. It's like, it's very rich. Like you said, it feels very
Yeah.
luxurious.
and the black is keeping it very edged up because, like, let me say that if you had
Right, a gray t-shirt, it would feel.
yeah, like if you had just the gray on underneath here, it would like what it does is it just creates something different. So this to me feels a little more country, a little softer, a little more classic, but it works. It just creates something different.
Yeah, definitely softer.
And that's the whole thing. It's just about like understanding what it is that you are creating, no right or wrong. It just feels different. And then I think one more thing too, like if you really wanted to bring back in a toughness, because you drop the leather jacket, but then having like, this is one of our old bags that we did with Miriam Shaver. It's like 4 or 5 years old, so it doesn't exist anymore. But like, this is where, you know, when people talk about metal hardware being a thing, one of the reasons why that becomes a thing is that maybe out there things are very soft. Maybe there's a lot of silk and a lot of chiffon and a lot of cotton poplins out there. And you've got to find a way to have options to like draw it in and toughen things up when you want to. So in this case, that would totally do that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, just, you know, I don't know what is in all of your individual closets, obviously, but when you start articulating how things are making you feel, we were laughing earlier because Sloane's dad is a therapist. My dad was a therapist. He never let us like get away with not explaining our feelings. I mean, we just like had to wax on forever about it when I really just wanted to tell my sister that like, oh, she makes me mad.
It makes me.
Why?
Just a moment ago, you were saying how Frank was rushing you, like, come on, we gotta go, right? And I felt that because I'm trying to get out of the house every morning to come here, wherever it is, and I have my daughter, and it's like, all right, we gotta go, we gotta be there by 11, and you don't really have time to think through what it is you're feeling when you put on something that's not working. You think, right? But if you're like, okay, I know I feel this, I'm usually like, oh, I just gotta get another thing to get out the door.
Yeah.
But if I say I gotta get another feeling to get out the door, it'll help me to kind of think through it and get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, because when you walk out the door, it's not a bad outfit that you have on. No one is looking at you saying, I would never put those things together. I really don't. I mean, like, and honestly, if they are looking at you, they can go fuck themselves. Like, that is not, that's not even a thing. What they're looking at is, what you're looking at is what you're feeling.
Right.
And you're not feeling yourself. You're not, even when you're going to an event, like, I like to know in general what the dress code is, but my first thing that I'm thinking is how do I want to feel at that event? It's not like, what is everyone else wearing?
Right.
It's like, how do I want to feel? And
how do you want to feel has to be your true north.
Yeah.
In all things.
Yep. Can I go change my clothes?
No.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Did you say no?
Yeah, I said no, but I knew you were gonna do it. Yeah, I've been thinking about all the pieces that I have in my wardrobe from past seasons of Tibby, and a lot of you have items too that you're trying to figure out, how do I make these pieces work and what are the gaps in my wardrobe, right? And so I actually changed my wardrobe by color wheel most recently, and it was so helpful for me to really understand, okay, I have a lot of black stuff, I have some navy, I have some brown, but like, am I missing those ish colors? Right now I'm wearing ring 4. This falls into ring 2. And if I were going out, because it's like cold AF here, if you're here, you know, I really like to just pop on a ring 4 to give me a little bit of excitement. So when Amy was saying trends, how can we flip that into an adjective? I am wearing oversized coat. That's a trend, but I really want to feel like I am making a statement. So when I put this coat on and when I reach for it in my closet, I know that whatever I put on with it, I'm gonna make a statement. I tell you, I wear statement coats to the airport. I think it's the best way to have like a calling card for yourself when you're walking somewhere, when you want more courage to do something. Leaning into and using a coat as like a shield or a statement without having to speak is, really good. So that's one thing. Also, sporty. I'm wearing things that are very functional that probably in 2016 or whenever they called it, it would be, this is athleisure. Everything about this is very streetwear and athletic coded, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want to feel like I'm functional, right? So I put those two trends together that I'm not like, okay, I gotta look like I'm streetwear. I gotta look like I'm sporty. I have to hit the marks on that. No, I have to be functional. I have to make a statement in all things that I do, and that's good enough. So, look at you. Come here, friend. Come here. This is my cousin. Okay. What statement is he making?
This is
heritage.
We've got.
This is Amy's grandson.
Our neutrals here, mixed with the ring 4 and a ring 1.
Yep, very strong.
You do good. You do
very
good.
energized.
Yeah. And then he's got all his like ring 3 collars on, which personally, like, I wouldn't have worn together, but I'm gonna let it go.
Luckily, you know somebody that knows somebody.
I know. He's got his little bean jacket on.
So wait, talk to me because you are.
About the dog?
No.
No, done.
I mean, I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
But in New York,
Yeah.
the old school New York, like probably like 90s, 2000s, everybody's like, I'm wearing black. I look like a museum curator. Black glasses, black fit. Everything about this is coded in a very urban feeling, but it's soft. How did you achieve that with these pieces?
Well, it's funny, like, 90s is my super generation, right? And I was thinking earlier today about like what trends were so prevalent in the 90s. And it was like you were either in a Courtney Love grunge moment, you were like wrapping plaid shirts around your waist all the time. Or you were in a Japanese experimental moment and then like ended up by like, helmet lying at the tail end there. Or you were in this Gwyneth Paltrow, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy type vibe, or you had this like Janet Jackson, like,
Which one? Because
The
the one with the ripped jeans, Janet, or
it's so the '80s Janet Jackson
Mhm.
was like the beaded
Shoulder-
bustier and the shoulder pads,
Mhm.
right? It kind of ripped off of the Michael J. look.
Yep.
And then the '90s one was like the black cap, the black leather jacket, the white crop tee, the high waisted denim, like
midriff Janet.
such
the
a
time
good,
to be alive.
like, such a good vibe, right? So, but those were all like these distinct looks.
Mhm.
And again, it's not about combining them all. It's about like, sometimes when you grow up in a certain generation, you want to pull those looks in, but you want to
Without
push them
looking-
forward,
Yeah.
and you want them very much to feel like yourself, right? So,
Interesting. So you said that, and everything about this is very like Janet from an era coded.
well, okay, so it's interesting. This is a piece that we bought. Who did I buy this with? I was with Sarah when I bought this, and we bought it in Vienna.
Mhm.
And I imagined wearing it. So I bought it like a year and a half ago when we were at Schneeweiss
Mhm.
in Austria. We didn't buy it at Schneeweiss.
It's flowers, guys. So from a
But-
distance, it looks very like that's new, right? But then you get close, you're like, there's a
Aw,
sweetness to it.
Right, there was a sweetness to it. But I imagined wearing it over like a white high neck slip dress or something, you know, like,
Something
And
that's more feminine or more soft.
yeah, it's like I would, if this was a white dress,
Mhm.
pretend, right?
Let's pretend.
I imagine wearing it over, oh, this is good pretend.
It is good.
I imagine wearing it over a white dress and then a little black sandal.
So what's the feeling? Because if this were a trend, right, like studded things or embellished leather were a trend, what is the feeling that you would try to emote here?
This is where I would want to not throw others off their game, but throw myself off my game.
Hmm.
Like maybe, you know, maybe I've been doing something one way and I really want to just shake it up a
Mhm.
bit. And to what I love, what I'm so happy about with knowing my personal style now, is that I can lean over and do this
Mhm.
without feeling like I needed to pair it with the matching leather pants
Oh God.
and the stilettos, you know, like, right?
Right. Please don't.
So I know for me, that's the beauty now, like when you're shopping and when you're feeling an itch for something, that you're looking at it and you're like, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it over a white
I'm gonna do it my way.
dress. I'm gonna totally do it my way.
Would this be in and out, have to have?
Well, I'm gonna say that it's actually a had to have, because as much as I'm like sounding off about how I'm gonna wear it, I still haven't worn it yet.
But if you, and that's real because people
Yeah.
experience that. But if you got rid of it, 100%,
I would replace it. and
you
I-
would buy a new one.
Yeah, so he's there forever.
Okay.
He's there for the long haul.
I'm
Like,
with it.
I'm not selling him, right?
People are like, I'll take it.
But so I think like this is interesting. I had dinner last night. I had dinner at the Crosby Street Hotel. I love that place.
Mhm.
And for those, it was with Trini Woodall. She's very, very interesting, accomplished woman. And if you guys don't know her, check her out. And so I was dressed in a black or a navy blue t-shirt yesterday and
Mhm.
a black pencil skirt, and then I had worn our clear boots,
Mhm.
because these clear boots have like, it was giving like the good amount of friction,
Yep.
right? And it was giving something. But it was funny because I was thinking, well, I'm going out to dinner. I'm going to be in a cool restaurant.
Mhm.
Trini is going to look fabulous because she does,
Mhm.
and I wanted to feel more.
Mm.
So for me, once I put on this
Mhm.
with it, and then I kept on the pencil skirt and this gave me all the more I needed. It was like that little bit of sheerness. You can see the outline of the bra.
You gave it edge. That's
Little
good.
bit
So
of edge.
sheer as a tool.
Sheer as a tool. And then this is coming for spring, guys,
Mhm.
but it's got that same cutout detail that a lot of you guys loved when we,
Oh God, in the active,
Yeah.
the active knit.
Yeah.
So
Flip
good.
tank.
Yeah, the flip tank.
and by the way, I just put this on inside out.
Okay, so that's a good thing that you can do
That
that.
shit happens with us.
I mean,
That's how good the seams are when you do
Not
French
bad.
seams. And then, come on, so what's the name of my jeans?
The one that we don't know how to say. MOU. Denim.
Moo.
Moo.
Moo. This is a Moo jean. This one is a new body. And what we wanted to accomplish, Tracy, well done, is a jean that would give a slimmer feeling, because we haven't had that in our closet in a while. So we wanted to give a slimmer feeling, but I mean, it was really interesting when I had gone to Tracy and I'm like, I want to just have an option for something slimmer, right? And she was like, okay, let's go out, let's try on slim jeans. And I mean, like, geez, like everything. Like, I came out, I was so fidgety, and she was like, you clearly don't want like slim as in a literal definition. I'm like, you're right. I never want anything literal anyways. But I did want something that, you know, here when you're looking at like the total look, it's obviously not a full jean. It is giving a slimmer silhouette, but it still has all the relaxed vibe to it. So I'm wearing the 27 in this jean, and I wear a 27 in all of our jeans. So this jean is a little bit of a slimmer jean. So if you, I was talking to Fawn about this today, because she had some customers who, when they've bought our oversized jeans, they've really sized down in them. They don't want them so oversized. If you have been not buying your size in our oversized, if you've been sizing down, don't size down on these, because you're going to have to pay attention to the measurement, because it is designed to fit a little bit closer to the body. If you have not been sizing down, if you've got you know, the loose jean and it's loose on you, and that everything is kind of how you know that we imagined, then you're going to buy exactly your same size. So speaking of, you've got the tuck on, and the tuck has come back by wild popular demand. He's so good. So good.
Yeah.
And he's coming in white as well. And I believe that I've explained this before, but I want to say it one more time. The tuck, the first time out, to me, ran about a half size too big. It did. So I normally wear a 27, and sometimes when I would wear it, I'd be like, oh, should I have on a 26? But then I put on the 26. It's a little bit too small. So Tracy and I, in this second go around, this jean has been sized down a half of a size. So what I can tell you is, take your regular size. If you size down in tuck before, just take your regular size this time. Take your regular size. I'm a 27, and Sloan here is wearing a 27, and she is 5'9". But Sloan, also, you wear a 26 usually,
I am
right?
26 in my last pair of tucks, but I can go 24, 26, 27.
You also have a long torso, right?
I have like a long
You have a long
everything.
torso.
Long torso, long legs.
And remember, that's one of the things we say. A lot of the sizing is contingent on height, and at 5'9", you know, you can really move around in quite a range of clothing sometimes based on your height. So
Yeah.
Cool. And so here, if you are wearing something that is super chill and relaxed, you've got on the kind of stronger, this is the, what's his name?
Boris.
Yeah.
Boris. Okay,
In
you've got on the
London.
Boris boot. It is so cold out.
It's so cold in here.
So this is perfect. But you've got on the Boris boot. And so here, if you're wanting to lean into a bit of a preppy vibe, and that's good too, because you've got on the preppy jacket as well. If you're wanting to lean into a preppy vibe, if both of you guys came out in a pair of khakis, like,
It'd be too much.
I had a visual. I was like, I shan't.
no. Yeah, so I think this is where, you know, you really want to say, like, if you're leaning into that vibe, but you still want to show up as yourself. You want to show up as yourself, not 'cause, like, I don't like that saying, like, show up as yourself. But the reason why you want to do that is because you want to feel like yourself. That's what that saying means to me is, you know, when you feel like yourself, that's when you've got like that, your first principles are there, you've got the strength in your backbone, and you're not swaying from left to right.
Yeah. I was thinking about that because there's no way in like hell I would wear this jacket with khakis.
Right.
Ever, right?
Right.
But like I also, when you said more, that word kind of rang out for me. And I was like, okay, if I wanted to feel more and I had these Winslows, would I dress this up? Could I pull that off? What does that feel like for me? And so I think this is a nice balance of that for personally.
Yeah.
Just wearing over my shoulder. I'd see friends with this and I'd like hang out and they'd be like, oh, this is cool. It's urban in a way. You know, it's like very streetwear coded, but I'm getting volume and I'm getting interest.
Well, and when Tracy created this, by the
Mhm.
way, like she took this is the OG logo from 1997 when I was in Hong Kong. She turned them on his head. It says established 1997. And then she deconstructed the pocket bags here. So you've got those hanging out. So just within the body of it alone, like she came to me and she's like, I'm craving piping. I'm craving navy. I'm craving like the
Looks good.
linesman type jacket, but like you got to fuck it up.
It has
You
range.
know?
So Christine Russo and we saw Dochi.
Mhm.
Her DJ was wearing this with like army fatigues. You know, it's very like you can go straight to khakis, and that's not a bad thing if that's your vibe.
Yeah.
For our country club folks, like this will be a hitter, but no one else will have this, which I
Yeah.
love.
And I think too, like outside of just even the trend discussion, you know, this is something where like if you've got the book, you can see here like this plays into the whole idea of the antonyms. And in this go around, I included this like little questionnaire. So if you're trying to figure out how you feel in something, like I feel to, and if you were to put that jacket on and all of its like glory as it is, but with the khaki pants, you'd be like, I feel to preppy.
Right. So I need to do
Right,
the
and then
opposite.
so then you turn the word on its head, and then you go exactly to the opposite.
Yeah.
And you can see in here too, like there's ways to also look at it as adding in
I'm
irony
gonna do that.
and pieces like that that just like lift it right up on its head.
So let's do that.
A lot of you guys wrote this weekend about the book being sold out. What had happened is we had sold through the inventory that we had in the warehouse, but we just moved over another grouping into the warehouse. So it is, it's still there, it's still available, but it's starting to wind down, so.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
The book is a toolkit for sure. People use this as a workbook, like having the other one on display, almost like a reminder of kind of going through something and coming to the other side of figuring out who we are in this moment, and then using this as like, okay, this is how I get it done.
Okay, so before I wrap up, Katura,
Yeah.
how do you feel in this?
So I did this on purpose. So I feel too casual. So I want to feel, yep.
Yeah. So like alone, this
Okay. So
would
these
change
are
it,
the
right?
clear Oscars.
Because if you put on the sneaker with it, you're going to be doubling down on
Right.
the
So
class.
this is chill. I mean, even though this is like it's all CMC, right? But
It's all chill modern classic, but it
Right.
is still overridingly sporty, sporty, sporty. So
so good.
yeah, now you're like done.
Yeah.
So
Let's go eat.
done. So okay, so quick housekeeping before we wrap up. We are doubling down on the fall collection. We've got the big shoot coming up. We don't do a runway show for fall anymore. No, that's not a bad thing.
It's a great thing.
It's
Somebody
a-
wrote me and said, "Is it on the calendar?" It's like,
No, it's a great thing, but we do show always in New York in September. But we've got
so much. Oh my
so
God,
much
the
coming
calendar.
up. We're gonna publish soon all the different events that we have, whether it's Schneeweiss or Vestibule in Switzerland, Symbols in Prague, Walk Store in Milan.
Francis May.
Yeah, and you're going to Hawaii,
I'm going to Portland.
to Portland.
I'm
Anyway,
going to Canada.
we're going to put the big calendar out there, and then we're also going to put a calendar out there for the book event. So we're going to start having some regular book clubs where you guys can come and have really good, thoughtful discussion with other people who share your same mindset. And to share a same mindset does not mean that we all have the same outcomes in how we think, but we all do think in the same way. Does that make sense?
To me.
Because we think the same way.
Do we? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but not always the
Do we?
same thing.
No, we don't think the same thing.
Oh,
Wait, not the finger.